Hey guys, what's the difference between courting and dating, and which one is actually better for you? If you're new to my channel, my name is Anna Jorgensen. I'm a dating coach for men, and if you haven't already, please click like and subscribe. Make sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my Just the Tip Tuesday videos. All right, let's get right into it. The biggest difference between courting and dating is that courting is intentional and dating is recreational. So let's go through a few points and then you'll sort of understand. So number one, typically in courting, the intention is longer term, whereas in dating, it's more, let's just see how it goes. So with courting, you are already knowing what you want out of a relationship, whether it's something that's short-term or long-term. Typically tends to be more long-term when you're talking about courting because you're vetting the person and their personality, not just the physical attractiveness. Whereas dating, you're just attracted to each other and you're just going to get into it and see where it goes. There's actually no long-term plan. You're just playing it by ear. Second thing is that typically, as well, along those lines, in courting, you are disclosing up front your intention about what you want in a relationship. Might not necessarily be for this particular relationship, but it is in general. So if you know that you are looking for a long-term relationship and you're trying to find the right one, the right person for you, you will actually disclose that up front, even if the person that you're potentially going to be dating or courting is not necessarily the right one for you. You're going to allow your intentions of what you're looking for in a relationship be disclosed up front, whereas in dating, there is no disclosure because you don't necessarily have an intention of what the relationship you're looking for is. There is no what am I looking for. It's just playing it by ear, going with the flow and see what happens. And as well, along those lines, the third thing is that with courting, you will typically know what you're looking for in a relationship. Even if it's a short-term relationship, you are knowing what you want in a person. Whereas with dating, you're going to actually just discover that once you're actually spending time with the person. So again, with courting, it's more about vetting, whereas dating, you're discovering while actually being in some form of a relationship. Another thing is that courting is typically more based on compatible values, beliefs, and long-term goals, whereas dating is more about physical and sexual chemistry and attraction. The next point is that courting is more about, again, vetting for potential compatibility before getting involved or seriously involved, whereas dating, you're actually going to discover whether or not you are compatible by being involved. So you're kind of testing the relationship. Again, doesn't matter if it's short-term or long-term, but you're testing the relationship by actually being in it to discover within that relationship if there is compatibility. And then as well, courting typically will have more boundaries, especially around sex and commitment, whereas dating, you won't necessarily have those kind of restrictions or boundaries on yourself or within the relationship. You will just do whatever feels good in the moment. And if you end up breaking up, you break up, or if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So it's less intentional. So what's better? Well, it actually depends on you and what you're looking for. If you're looking for a long-term relationship, like if you're in a place in your life where you want to find the right person because you want to settle down and you want to have a family or whatever it is that your goal is, or you just maybe don't want to play the field, you just want to have that special someone that is by your side, then you probably want to err on the side of courting versus dating, because what happens in dating often is that as soon as you introduce sex, if it's any good, that sexual compatibility or that attraction will prevent you from seeing some relationship red flags that you need to see, because if you ignore those, then you know that somewhere down the road, they're going to become such an issue that you will likely break up. And if you break up when you're dating, it's often more painful than when you break up when you're courting, because courting is intentional. You're looking for that right person, whereas dating is just discovering whether or not the person's right while actually being in some kind of a relationship with them. And when you bond within the relationship, especially intimately, sexually, then it's a lot more painful because there's different wiring, hormones. It's actually physically or physiologically more impactful when you are bonded with someone through sex. Now, if you don't really care about a long-term relationship, or you know you just want to play the field, or you are just really needing to get out there and try some ice cream flavors, well, that's okay too. It's all about your values, not mine. So you're the one that has to decide what is the right path for you. Just know that if you get involved with someone, that if there's a physical connection and or physical sexual attraction, chemistry there, that it's going to be more painful and more difficult to leave that relationship, or if the person leaves you, it'll be more painful than if you are actually just trying to find the right person for you. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.